What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast. This is The Freak Show. It's your host, Devin Izard, and my gay best friend, Robert.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Not much, eh? Thank you so much for coming by.
Not a problem.
I know tonight we're actually going to the pizzeria,
Giovanni.
Giovanni's, for open
One
mic
mic.
night, and I'm about to get the shit absolutely roasted out of me.
Yes.
But you won't tell me what it is.
No, I'm not going to tell you.
But I'll be standing there looking like an idiot when I'm GoProing you, just roasting the shit out of me.
Yeah, because there's going to be a couple other things that are going to get roasted too.
Whew.
So my sister's supposed to be coming, and
Oh, nice.
I'm not going to roast her because
Oh, no.
she'll kick my ass.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I won't.
Because I'll have solidity kick your ass.
Yeah.
So
So on this podcast, for the last couple episodes, we've been just talking about just dating, online dating, just how of a shit show it is dating in 2023. We got to get the insights. We got to get the juicy gossip from your side, being on the dating apps, and everyone's personal favorite, the Grindr app. Which I remember when me, you, and Carrie, we went out downtown and we were hanging out with all our friends, and y'all kicked me out of the group because you were showing them stuff. You're like, yo, this is girl talk. You're not allowed. And they literally, y'all pushed me away.
No. So you came into the thing and you was like, oh, what are y'all talking about? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So I started showing you the pictures that was getting sent. And
Oh.
bloop, 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 bloop. And it was just like, Devin, you can't handle it. You can't handle that.
I couldn't handle it.
So the online dating thing, there's piss in the pool everywhere.
Really?
Piss in the pool everywhere. Probably piss and shit.
Jesus.
Just because you swipe, you make a connection, you talk, and you get blowed the fuck up.
Even on like the gay guys, it's just as bad.
Put it this way, if you're not fit, financially secure, or stable, you're not getting a date. But half to almost 100% of gays are not stable. I'm not stable by any means because I'm batshit crazy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm definitely tracking that.
Because if I get a hold of somebody's telephone number, I'm getting the dirt. I'm going to find out their last address, how many vehicles they used to have,
Damn.
who their neighbors were.
Shit.
So it's called find outologist.
Oh,
And that's it was a career I developed years ago when I was a kid.
nice.
So, but in the perspective, that's the thing. I will say this, though, that when you have a gay friend and you have a straight friend,
Yeah.
and one is the female is the straight friend,
Yeah.
and the guy is the gay best friend,
Yeah.
and you find somebody and we don't know about it, the gay best friend's probably going to be a little more pissed off than the straight friend.
I know
the
you're-
straight female friend.
I know you're talking about me right now.
I am talking about you because I did. I was like, well, damn, we didn't even know what happened, and it just was like, boom. Just so you're aware, like, technically we're not in a relationship, but we are in a relationship
Yeah.
because a gay best friend is going to do three things. They're going to validate the person if they're right for you.
100%.
They're going to tell you what kind of shit show they are when you're not around,
Yup.
because the gay community, we talk amongst every corner of the city.
I think y'all's like information spread is probably far superior than just all the regular guys like talking with
Oh,
each
yeah.
other. 100%.
100%.
Yeah.
And the third thing that's going to be is if they fuck you over, not only are we going to break their legs, break their back,
Yep.
we're going to break out their windshield, and then we're going to put all kinds of rumors out about them
Oh,
just
God.
to fuck them over.
Yeah.
So
That's going across
you,
every
uh,
platform. Yeah.
that's the details of having a gay best friend. Lesbians, I think, are a little bit more subtle with it. They're more cool. They're like the
Yeah,
chill
they are
guys.
really cool. Yeah.
Whereas you get a gay guy, and I'll say, like, I'll hype it up, but I'll kill it really quick.
Yeah. I remember it was in a group chat. It was me, you, and Salita, and I was for the baby shower that we're going to next month. When I hit you guys with the t-shirts, I was about to order the t-shirt you said not to get. So I was just like, I was about to order it, and I was just like, you know what? Let me swing it by the group chat this time. I learned my lesson the hard time the first time. I was like, let me just get some clarification, just on a shirt, just what's going on. And you hit me with all the statistics, the color scheme, and everything, which actually brings me up to that other point. I remember when I was in that like when I was at work, but I was just sitting behind a desk. A lot of times I started doing the drawings, right? I do like portraits of you, Salita, and Cole, and just like a couple of the close friends. And when I choose the background, I usually go off the shirt and the hair and like the facial colors. And I was like, so it has to match in harmony. And I went off of your hair and your shirt, and it was in perfect harmony. I was like, you son of a gun, you know how to match colors. I just wear all
Sometimes.
black, so that's why I noticed. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
his fashion sense a little bit better than mine. If you guys seen what I wear, if you look on my Instagram or Facebook, it is straight black, black everything. Just
You got to change up the colors. You have to be all black is cool, but it's not where it needs to go. Like I've got it mixed up. I got on black shoes, blue jeans, and a black shirt. I have a brown belt on, and it doesn't match.
Doesn't.
I don't give a fuck, and I don't care.
Yeah.
And that's where it kind of goes from with different things that happen. Um, so, like what we was talking about dating, like your vibe has to match that person's personality.
Yeah.
And you have to get along. But I'll tell you one time. So last year I was talking to this guy that I met on Tinder, which I should have learned my lesson the first time from
Yeah.
Tinder. After finding out that guy was married,
So there's a
In
common occurrence
2021?
going on. Yeah.
so started talking to him, and then I started realizing the narcissistic behaviors
Yeah.
that people have, and it's male and female. And narcissists build on one another when they talk to people, and that's the crazy shit because it's like once one narcissist gets you,
You're just gonna get
then
hit
the
again.
others smell you, and it's like a whole wolf pack.
Oh God.
But what I've learned is shut the shit down quick and set the standards. And I was talking to my other friend, and I said, I've talked to a variety of people in different aspects of careers. And I said, unfortunately, like the last 3 times, it's been doctors.
Yeah.
So God's given me a sign that I need to find a therapist.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm going to have to do is pay for a therapist just for a stable relationship with somebody.
Yeah. So I've been hearing a lot of just like bad stories here recently. Have you ever found one that was like good at all? But then like to what extent? Like after just like we're just talking about the first couple of dates, kind of, or like dates or just meetups or whatever. What happens to where it doesn't like progress to the next level and you move on and it just kind of just comes to a screeching halt? You know what I'm talking about?
So something like that, it happens because you start overthinking a lot of things and aspects, and you start picking apart everything that goes on.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, and then it triggers. And it triggers so much that it starts reverting back to your first very serious relationship and how it went wrong
And that could have been
And then-
years ago.
years ago.
Yeah.
And then it starts just dwindling. And it's like, do they have my best interest in hand?
Yeah.
Are they really interested, or are they just using me for a rebound, a backup plan?
Or are they
And then-
married still? Or...
Shit, married. Funny about that though is the guy that was married. I actually talked to the ex-husband, and I did apologize
Oh
to
shit.
them because they ended up getting divorced, and I did. He had reached out to me, and I said, I'm coming to you as a grown ass person to tell you I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Yeah. There's nothing you
Because-
can do.
Online dating is bullshit, so that's where I started honing in my skills from when I used to snitch on my sister and her friends when I was a kid and get paid. I got paid from them and got paid from my mom to snitch. So took those skills and just built it into let me find this information out, because that is one thing that with me, if you ask me something about details, you're getting a full paragraph.
Yeah.
And I could probably tell you which way your car tire was turned at 2:30 a.m. in the morning if I'm sent from somebody else to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
And another one of my friends was like, damn, is there not anybody you know in Columbus? And I was like, eh. I said, but I can find out a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's all through connections. So, but yeah, online dating, you got to be very cautious.
Yeah. And that's where I feel like it's rough too, especially because that's just the move these days. It's like, if I'm going out, usually I'm going with a friend or two, going as a group. I'm not going to go to the bar by myself. I just can't really do that. I usually meet up with at least one other person. But if
Yeah.
you're like out there and you see a person and it's like, are they in a relationship already? Is their boyfriend or husband like in the bathroom and he's like not around? Like last thing I want to do is go up and approach somebody and say, hey, how's it going? And then just get sucker punched by somebody, And I think it's also the fear of rejection too. But after all the shenanigans I've been dealing with out in this town, I am no longer afraid of getting rejected, being shy. I'll just go straight up to the point and be like, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. And just go from there. And I think it's kind of like, I think I just had to build up to that. And ever since we started hanging out, it's been slowly going up. You know what I mean?
So you do have to have confidence, and that's something I will tell anybody that if they're going to talk to me, they're going to have confidence in the fact that I'm not the type of person to dilly-dally if I'm talking to somebody. If I'm interested 100%.
No
But
beating around the bush.
Be 100% confident in
Yeah.
yourself that if somebody comes up to me and we're in a social setting and somebody else hits on me, I will directly look at my partner and be like, this dumbass
Yeah.
here. Like, no chance. But I mean, it is like that though. You got to have that confidence to walk up. But I will tell you this for the heteros. If you have a gay friend and you're single and you go out and they tell you no, no means no. Take the advice. They've already read the room. They've read the vibe. Do not collect $200 and go past go.
Yep.
Stop where you're at. I will tell you that straight away. I vibe off of other people's energies, and it's not to be a downer, but it's like we was in that social setting where we was out downtown,
we
and
were.
then that husband and wife, like
I had no idea.
that shit
Yeah.
fucking floored me because she's fucking miserable. He's trying to introduce himself to all these other girls that he's talked to, fucked, or whatever.
Yeah.
She's miserable. I'm lost. And then I get the vibe of how it's going. And he tries to spin the circle. So she married a narcissist
Yeah.
who is self-centered and thinks of himself.
And I didn't even read that situation because I was up in there just like talking to everybody. I had the GoPro going. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then Carrie was just like, let's go over here. And then we just like disappeared. And then
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, snap. And then you came over and you're like, hey, here's the situation. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Just like when we were having dinner right outside a canyon. And there was like a bunch of guys like walking by. And then you're like, it's like, Devin, your gaydar is at an all-time low. Let me get you up to speed. And I was like, what do you
Yeah.
mean? Like, see that guy over there? And I was just like, yeah. It's like, wait about 15 seconds. He's gonna pop his leg. And I was just like, boom, exactly happened. And then he's like, look, he's gonna look back this way. And he did. I was just like, holy shit. Like, you're good.
I thought the funniest shit though was when you was like, that guy that knows me just asked me, well, what are you doing here with him? And I was like, oh shit. Like, I went out a couple
Just hanging around.
Just hanging around. Like, no,
Yeah.
I'm with her. Devin got a little scared, but it's okay. But that shit was funny. It was, it happened another night. I went downtown with another group of friends.
Yeah.
And through the little magical app that I have, tattoos are identifying marks just as like fingerprints.
Make sure to write that down if you're watching the
Tattoos,
podcast.
yeah. Tattoos
And fingerprints.
are just like fingerprints.
I mean, haircuts can change. That's easy.
Haircut can change, hair color can change.
I mean,
eye color.
skin color. You can get really tan. You tan a lot, and you kind of blend in and disappear, but not as much.
So it is crazy when you see them, and it's wild when I go on specific areas for work, how quick it jumps off, and I had to school Devin a little bit
Yeah.
about that,
I got
just to
ya.
be cautious, especially of Sour Patch Kids and
What was that? So when we go to Arizona to Salida and Cole's baby shower, you're like, if I go to the bathroom, don't follow me or something like that.
so
You said something about that.
it is wild when you travel through major airports.
Yeah.
the amount of swipes and taps and notifications that you get. And it's like, I'm not fixing to go into the bathroom with somebody in an airport that has like 20,000 people flying
Yeah.
in and out. Like, that's not my style. I don't just bloop,
Yeah.
hook up.
Yeah, because you're gonna like you were telling me it's like you're gonna watch how many likes it's gonna pop open because
Yeah.
you're talking about the travel and it's just gonna like absolutely blow up.
And it is crazy. In our community, it's more, you got to taste test the product before you date it.
I think
Versus
that's yeah.
Tinder is, oh, I'm going to have him take me out to dinner, and then
Oh,
maybe I'll give
yeah.
him a little. Whereas it's, what are you doing? Are you at home?
Oh, so it's
You
straight
want
to
me-
the point on that
It's
side.
straight to the point.
Oh shit! So it's like complete opposite for
Yes,
yeah. Okay.
yes.
Man.
I
There's no bullshitting with y'all.
no,
Not at all.
it's not. And some people, I will tell you this. I had this one particular person that was not my taste
Hmm.
that sent me some pictures, and my response was, I don't know what I could do with that because I don't have tweezers.
Damn.
And the response back was, I was a little stuck up bitch, and then I got blocked. I mean, if you're like, you can't continually send message after message after message after message.
Yeah.
Because on the apps, like when you pay for those, you can tell when somebody reads the shit.
Yeah.
If they read it and they don't respond, cool. Block them, remove them, delete them.
Just talked about that on the last podcast actually about like the if you get a message but then it's like a 3-day reply, automatic red flag.
Yeah.
They're not interested as if they're not as interested as you are interested in them, and it's just time to cut ties and just move on.
Well, even if they respond back instantaneously and they say, "Hey, just so you know, I have a busy career and I'm traveling the next 2 days, so I may not be on a
Yeah.
reply," that's different. Then if they come back in 2 days and they're like, "Hey, here's my number. I didn't want you to feel like I was ghosting you,
Yeah.
but I tried to explain that I traveled for work."
Simple communication, people. It's not that hard. But I think that the greater people of Columbus and Phoenix City and Fort Moore all lack that. And it's just a lot of just like, damn, it's like Halloween every day around here because of all the ghosting. You know what I mean?
Shit, not even it ain't even Casper the Friendly Ghost type ghosting. It's straight out ghosting. And I will say I am guilty of ghosting.
I am too, 100%.
I am
I
too,
can't say that
because,
I'm not, you know?
like, if I get the vibe of something that's way off,
Mm,
I'm like, I'm not going to respond.
yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
I don't want to be mean and block somebody. So I will say, and I will confess, that after two of my friends, so this is the difference with straight friends and your gay friend. The gay friend expects the straight friends to listen to them 100% and follow through. Me, I listened to yours and Solida's advice for maybe a few hours, and I responded back to the message that I had got because
Yeah.
I'm not that type of person, because I do care genuinely for people that I do talk to or are interested in, whether it worked out or not. But his birthday was today. So I was like, I'm not going to be a complete ass. I'm going to say happy birthday. But I will say this, that if you use communication skills, whether you talk Ebonics, plain English, Chinese, Spanish, whatever, communication goes so much further than eh or hey, what's up?
Or yup, LOL. Like one word text.
Yeah, because that shit's ignoring. It's like it's dry.
Yeah.
Like you ask a question and the answer is like, yeah, okay.
What the fuck am I supposed to say back to that, you know?
Be like, no. I think that's what I'm
Like
gonna start
three
doing.
like three
Three
W's?
No, NAW. No.
Damn.
They say yeah. I'd be like, nah. Then I'll come back with bruh,
Bruh.
bruh. Like I just can't. I don't know. Now my 4-year-old has the perfect advice for dating.
I want to hear it.
So, and I was told this on vacation in spring break, is, if you get a cool Jeep or a cool truck, Dad, you can probably get like a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and then I can be a big sister. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. Not in my case. Maybe your case. You might get a little brother, a little sister, but in my case, it's not going to happen. And I'm like, that's not the way the world works. But I mean, hey, she's all for it. Get you a cool Jeep,
Yeah.
cool truck, soup it up. You'll have it. Well, the only pussy that's getting thrown at you right now is my friend the cat.
Oh yeah, she is actually downstairs hiding because she hates guests. But the second somebody leaves, like she just follows me around. It's like I'm always just getting stalked, and I'm just like, I feel like someone's following me. It's like
Because she's trying to watch to see. You're probably over there talking about, no, I don't have any pets. I ain't got nothing here.
yeah.
And that cat is just peering over the table like, this lying bastard.
So once my buddy comes back and takes her away, she's just gonna tell him all the secrets and all the bullshit that she's seen.
Oh, shit, trust me.
I'm glad she can't talk, because if she saw what was going on here, like
Shit. She probably gonna get back to his house and be like, this is not what I'm used to.
yeah, this is not what I'm used to. Why?
Like,
Yeah.
like, she's gonna be looking at him like, are you on Tinder now too? Try Facebook dating. Devin got a date off of Facebook dating one time. Just try it. Just try it.
Just try.
Just try it. It's crazy. Facebook dating, don't do that either, because it's
It's the worst
It's
one.
crazy.
I just talked about that not too long ago.
Did I send you guys the screenshot of the guy that sent me a message and it was like 5 or 6 fucking paragraphs?
I think no. So you didn't send me the long one. The last one is when you asked for the advice, and you sent it, and I was reading it, and I was like, when you're asking for the advice, you asked a question like, hey, what should I say? I was like, son of a bitch, that is a fucking tough one to fucking say. And I was just like, I tagged Salita immediately because I was just like, that's way above me. That's like,
That's why I tagged her in it.
oh yeah, 100%.
So-
Like if you're asking me for some advice on that, like I can't even get a girl to meet me downtown for coffee. I don't know, like that kind of sense. I was just like, damn, that is some tough.
It is.
That was a tough question.
Like there's this one guy, like he was talking and then he sent me like 5 fucking paragraphs.
Yeah.
And I'm not being mean when I say this, but do not tell people all of your details in the first time that you're talking to them. Because one, my income suffices my lifestyle living, taking care of my kids,
Yeah.
and doing what I want to do. When you send to me and say, well, we'll just say $2,000 a month in disability.
Yeah.
And I have mental health issues. I'm sorry that that's happened to you.
Yeah.
But then when you start listing all this other crazy stuff, then it's like, financially, you couldn't even cover all of the bills that I had if something was to happen to me and I had to be
Yeah.
out of work for a month or something.
Yeah.
So, no, like, I feel bad, but I tell people straight away that I'm interested in, hey, I have 2 kids. I'm a full-time dad.
Yeah. And that's how it should be.
And you have to understand my time is valuable. And that's the other thing with communication goes time.
Yeah. Which is probably the most important aspect of anything, I feel like.
I value my time so much that if I make plans with someone when I know I do not have my kids and I get ghosted or I get just left wherever the plans are at, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Yeah.
Because I can play childhood games at home with my kids
Mhm.
and they'll have more value out of that time than me wasting my time. So if I make the time for you, you have to understand I'm taking something away from, and not literally taking away from them.
Yeah. I know where
But
you're
there's
going.
other shit that I could be doing for myself,
Yeah.
seeing my friends, seeing my family,
Mhm.
or just bumming out, sleeping, or whatever. But you waste my time. But then you turn around and get pissed off when I do have my kids and I can't make time and you don't understand the concept. I'm never going to pick a partner over my kids any day.
Yeah.
And that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And you'll see that. And it is a 50-50 with our community because there are guys that would love to have kids and have families and be in a partnership like that. And then there's other guys that are straight out that I've had a couple that tell me, hey, I'm not interested. You have kids. That really doesn't fit my lifestyle.
Yeah.
I'm free to go and do as I please. I don't want to be tied down. That's great.
But at least they told you immediately up front. And I bet that was meant a lot more than telling you 6 months down the road.
And some of us have remained friends
Yeah.
just through that.
Oh, 100%, me
They'll
too.
text and they'll be
Yeah.
like, hey, how's things going? How's work? How are your kids? Hey, they're great.
Yeah.
But it's the ones that put on the facade and then they turn around and change it up. It's like, and like me and my ex-wife have a rule of before kids are introduced to somebody that you're dating, you have to be in a relationship for 3 months prior to the kids being intermixed into that.
Yeah.
The other parent gets to meet the potential partner at a dinner. And then after they meet, both parents, we come together and we discuss and we feel the comfortability. And like if my ex-wife is like, and we're just going to say that Devin is somebody I'm seeing. Like she's like, I really like Devin, but I want to go to dinner with him a couple of more times before the kids meet him, or, vice versa. Like if my ex-wife was dating you and I was like, I do like him. Let's go hang out like maybe 2 more times or whatever.
Yeah.
And then maybe the third time, let's introduce the kids as a group and see how his interaction is with the kids.
Yeah.
Because 1, you'll get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
For being an ass to my kids. 2, my ex will probably kick your ass for being an asshole. The main problem I'm worried about is the 4-year-old that will probably kick your ass or take your money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the thing that people have to take into consideration. If you use open communication and value the time, it can be great.
Yeah.
I had the guy that I talked to last year. It was, well, we really don't have a lot of things in common. And I'm like, why would I date somebody that I have everything in common with them?
Yeah.
I don't get to learn about you because we like the same thing. Yeah. If I listen to all country music and no other type of music and you listen to rock, I want to know why you like rock.
Yeah.
What brings out your feelings for rock? Like it's that way. Like I had somebody that told me they was like, I said, well, what is your playlist like? And we were talking, and they told me straight out. He was like, I would prefer not to share my playlist with you because it's something emotional and personal for me that I relate to for the traumas and things that I've gone through in life.
Yeah.
And it's very personal to me right now. Because we weren't dating. We were just talking. He said, if it was different and we were dating, I would share those things with you so you would know that if I'm playing that specific type of music, something's wrong. Because music is the soundtrack to everybody's life.
Yeah.
You have your moments. Straight guys have their moments too, where it's like,
oh yeah,
I need to listen to this song about drinking and cheating and all this because I found my dog dead sleeping with my ex-wife's husband.
Happened twice. But yeah, that is true. Because like when I go to the gym, it's completely different music from when I'm driving into work or when I've had a long day or a girl breaks my heart. It always changes.
And that's where you should have contacted Salida and myself in the group chat to discuss this girl that was going to break your heart, so we could have vetted, so we could have came with her. Yep. Because
hey, but that was a lesson learned, and I'm glad y'all forgave me for my clumsiness.
I don't hold grudges that much, but it takes a minute because, and I'll say this, I explained to Salida, for me, it's like a trigger. When I feel like somebody has backed away, it makes me feel like, well, maybe I've done something for them not to want to communicate, and I've probably said something or done something, and then it's like, okay, I'll just leave it alone. Mm-hmm. And whereas Salida is more like, I'm fixing to fuck you up with these chopsticks because, bitch, I just woke up and seen this picture.
Oh,
what's going on? And I'm like, so different people have different triggers for things when they feel like in friendships. And like yesterday, she was upset. I had to tell it, like, y'all had to please stop, because it's like sometimes it gets to be too much when people are emotional, and then it causes other emotions for other people, and then it's like, who saves who? Because it's like, shit, I'm caught in the crossfire.
Yo, it was a Mexican standoff in that group chat, and you came in there and was like, everybody, stop. And then everyone ceased fire.
Like,
we all
nobody
backed up.
talked
Yeah.
for like hours.
Yeah, I know. I was
like-
just waiting there. I was really like, had my phone up. I was just like, I'm just waiting for it. But we do have to go to open mic right now,
Yeah,
so we have
we
to
do.
cut this a little bit short. But I want to.
We'll be back again.
Oh,
I'll
100%.
I'll be back again now that
Yeah.
I know where he lives, so that
Oh,
so
God.
that I can stalk to make sure if he
Yeah.
ignores us.
But I will be
Stop.
GoProing this, so look under the GoPro vlog, and you'll find me getting roasted on open mic with him and everybody. I'm really looking forward to that, and I just
I am
want to
too.
thank you again for coming by.
With some seltzer water.
Seltzer water, blackberry lemonade, pretty good. How was that one?
Summer berry. It probably would taste better if I wasn't chewing double McGum.
Oh, fuck. I didn't even realize you were chewing gum until you just said that. I was like, yeah, he's just talking normal.
I was like,